Hey friend, if you've ever had a day or maybe a whole season where you just felt disconnected from yourself, where you looked in the mirror and barely recognized the person staring back, where you were constantly giving to others but forgot how to pour into your own soul, this episode is your reminder that you deserve love, especially from yourself. Today, I'm sharing 10 gentle, nurturing ways to practice self-love, even when it's hard, even when you don't feel like you deserve it. Because you do. Before we start, I want to welcome you again to the Alma Joy podcast, your go-to space for self-improvement, self-care, and productivity. I am Alma Joy, a working professional, life coach, and content creator in San Diego, California. And whether you're tuning in on your morning walk, during your commute, or curled up at home, I am so glad that you're here. All right, let's get into it. Tip 1, self-reparenting, healing the inner child. Imagine sitting beside your younger self, maybe 6 or 7 years old. What would they need from you right now? Would they need a hug, encouragement, someone to say, you're doing the best you can? Self-reparenting is the practice of showing up for yourself in ways you needed growing up. It could be as simple as setting boundaries, feeding yourself nourishing food, or comforting yourself when you're upset instead of criticizing. I started doing this through journaling. I'd write letters to my inner child, like, hi little me, I know you're scared right now, but I promise we're okay. I got you. This tip is powerful because it reteaches your brain to trust you, to feel safe, nurtured, and loved from the inside out. Tip 2, journaling with compassion. Journaling isn't just a brain dump. It can be a self-love ritual. Try writing a love letter to yourself today, or answering prompts like, what do I need right now? What am I proud of? What do I forgive myself for? When I was feeling lost last year, I journaled every morning with the same prompt. What would someone who loves me say to me today? And I'd let that voice guide my tone for the whole day. Tip 3, saying no without guilt. Saying no is self-love in action. Whether it's turning down plans when you're tired or just walking away from toxic conversations, your no is just as sacred as your yes. Think of your energy as a garden. Every time you say yes to something that drains you, you're pulling weeds instead of watering your flowers. Start with small no. No, I can't make that call today. No, I need some downtime this weekend. And feel how your nervous system starts to settle. Tip 4, romanticize the mundane. Self-love doesn't always have to be deep. Sometimes it's just lighting a candle while you clean, or playing your favorite playlist while making tea. I call it romanticizing the mundane, turning everyday things into tiny rituals of joy. When I started doing this, pouring my morning coffee like it was a cafe order, taking walks like I was the main character, it reminded me that life can still feel beautiful even on hard days. Tip 5, moving your body with love, not for weight loss, not for punishment, but to feel, to reconnect. This could be dancing in your kitchen, stretching in bed, or walking with no destination. Your body deserves love and gratitude for all it does. I used to force myself into intense workouts, thinking it was discipline. But the most healing shift happened when I asked, what kind of movement feels good today? Tip 6, talk to yourself kindly. Would you say the things you say to yourself to your best friend? Self-love often starts with rewriting your inner dialogue. Try this. Replace I'm so lazy with I'm resting because I need care. Instead of saying I messed up again, try I'm learning and growing. You can even name your inner critic. Mine's called EJ. When she shows up, I just say thanks EJ, but I got this. Tip 7, create a self-love playlist. There's something magical about music that speaks to your soul. Create a playlist of songs that remind you of your worth, your power, and your softness. When I'm in a rut, I'll hit play on mine. Songs like Don't Panic by Coldplay or Show Me Love by 100 Waters, and instantly feel held, understood, and empowered. Tip 8, daily check-ins. Every day, pause and ask, how am I feeling? What do I need? It's a simple 2-minute practice that builds trust with yourself. I have a sticky note on my desk that says check in, and some days the answer is I need sunlight. Other days, I need a cry. Other days, it's I need to call a friend. That awareness is love. Tip 9, make digital boundaries. Let's be honest, constant scrolling can chip away at your self-worth. Try turning off notifications, deleting triggering apps for a bit, or having no phone mornings. Self-love looks like protecting your peace. On some days, I go fully offline, and that's one habit that helps me remember who I am without all the noise. Tip 10, celebrate yourself often. We're so quick to criticize ourselves. But how often do we celebrate? Made your bed, gold star. Send that email you were dreading. Star. Said something kind to yourself. Star again. One of my favorite things is keeping a to-do list. Like a to-do list, but all the things I'm proud of. Celebrate even the tiniest wins. That is self-love too. So here's a little recap for your heart to hold on to. 1. Self-reparent through care and comfort. 2. Journal with compassion. 3. Say no without guilt. 4. Romanticize the mundane. 5. Move with love. 6. Speak to yourself kindly. 7. Create a self-love playlist. 8. Do daily emotional check-ins. 9. Set digital boundaries. And 10. Celebrate yourself often. Remember, self-love isn't about being perfect. It's about being patient. It's about creating safety, joy, and compassion within your own little world. You are worth loving, especially by you. And I'll remind you every time if you forget. Until next time, take care and remember, you are enough.